Hi there, I'm Charlotte Pounds and I'm going to be demonstrating how I maintain and store all of my forest law equipment. Okay, I'm going to start off with showing you how I maintain the bow saw. It's really important that we keep our bow saw in a storage bag for safety reasons. Also ensures that it keeps dry when we're not using it. I'm going to take it out of its bag. Having a look at our bow saw here, you can see that it's well used. It does have some rust, so although it works absolutely fine, to give it a really good clean, I would actually use a wire wool and really scrub that down just so that it's completely clean, and when we use it, it doesn't cause any like bacterial damage to plants, etc. Okay, I'm going to show you how I would give that a sharpen on my sharpening stone. Okay, so I'm going to come closer to it, and it's important that you sharpen both sides of this side and you're moving around. So I'm going to show you how I would do that. So I'm trying to make sure that I'm doing it evenly and the same amount of cleaning strikes in each place. So for this video, I'm doing it twice on each section. And then I'm going to turn it over and show you again on this side. So I'm just rotating as I go. Okay, once that is done, I'm going to put on my helping hand, my glove from above, and I'm just going to use it to just make sure there's no debris left on. Gently wipe it. If I want to give it a clean, I will use some tissue, or I can even use my glove. I'm going to dab it in some water. And I'm just going to clean off the edges. It's really important to avoid rust, that I make sure that it's dry before I put it back into its bag. And if there are any more, if there is any more rust, then I will have a dry piece here. Then I can use my wire wool just to get rid of that. Okay, once that's dry, I'm going to store that back in its bag. And it's really important that this goes in the bottom of my safety toolkit. And so I'm going to place that into my safety toolkit, which is here, and that's going right into the bottom. Okay, the second piece that I'm going to show you are my loppers, and very much the same. I'm going to make sure that they are sharp and well maintained. So I'm having a look at the blade, I'm having a look at the cutting side. It all looks fine. It's worth mentioning that these are brand new, so they haven't been used to the point where they're missing any of the oil, so they're well maintained. But I will show you for this video how I would maintain them in time when the oil has come off. So I would open up my loppers, and much the same, I would place my cutting stone, and I would just move that around like so, always making sure that I'm moving it away from my body, and I am rotating it so that each piece is getting an equal amount of sharpening. Then I'm going to turn it over and ensure that the other side is done too. again, to make sure that I've removed any debris, I'm going to take one of my tissues, just remove all of the debris off there, close it up away from my body, and then place that back into my safety toolkit. Okay, the next thing that I am going to look at maintaining is my sheath knife. Okay, so it's really important that when I'm using my sheath knife, I extract it and put it away from my body. Then I can have a look at the quality of my sheath knife. I can see some rusting on the blade, so again I would use a wire wall to maintain that, and give it a clean after every use. It's also worth mentioning, because I work with much younger children, we actually don't use sheath knives as yet. We're still on using our peelers, but once they do move on to this, they would be checked out by numbers to ensure that they are brought safely back and everyone is accounted for. So I'm just going to show you how I would sharpen that. So again, with the blade and the cutting part, I am going to put on my safety glove. And I'm just going down and around the cutting side. And then I'm going to turn the blade over. So that the other side is done. And then just checking with my glove from above that there is no debris left on my knife. I might want to give that a clean with some water. I'll take some of my tissue from earlier, put some water on it, dry that part. And it's important to make sure that it is dry, so I can use my glove from above to ensure that it's dry to avoid any rust. And I'm going to put it back into its sheath, again away from my body, till I hear the click. Okay, as I said before, these all have to be accounted for. I'm not going to put this into this deep toolkit box. I'm actually going to put this into the top section, and we have these lock away parts, so I can put that in safely there, and that is then closed. That will then sit at the top. My final piece of tool that I would like to show is assessing my bow saw. So pick it up, have a look. I want to check that the blade and the cutting edge is okay. So I would remove its protective cover. And I want to make sure that there is no debris in between these sections of the teeth on the saw. I'm having a look to check that it's okay. As with the loppers, this is also a new piece of equipment, so at the moment it's absolutely fine. What I could do would be to put on my helping hand, and with that I can extract any pieces of material that sit between the teeth, and also ensure that the blade itself is looking in good condition and well maintained. When I'm happy with that, I'm going to put the protective cover back on. It's really important as well that the bow saw is stored in a way that for the next person that comes to use it, they can see that it's well protected. So I'm going to put this right at the top, and it's going to go in sitting upside down with the blade facing upwards, so that the next user can see that it is well covered and it is safe. This would not be left in our forest school environment. It's really essential that it is padlocked, it's locked up, brought back into a locked room, so that it is not able to be accessed by anyone else. Thank you.